We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
I wonder who it's from. Look at this, guys. We just got an important tax document from the people that did my taxes last year. I should open it up. I bet it's pretty important, right? This is bullshit. It's just an ad, but I'd be willing to bet it has a 95% chance or higher of getting into your house because you don't throw it away like all the other advertisements you get in the mail. How are they allowed to use a federal task that I have to do to just sell me stuff? How are taxes like this? I'll tell you how. Federal income taxes, as we know them, started around 1913, but that was really just a super wealth tax. It was on, the big company business owners that are hiring 13-year-olds with no labor standards. They had to pay some taxes. And even then, the centennials of the Republic came out to, fight socialism or whatever and say, you can't do that. You can't do that because the millionaires are going to leave. So it's nice to know that, nothing's really changed. When did taxes become mainstream? It was really around the 40s during some tense times, you could say. From 1940 to 1941, 84% more people became eligible for being taxed on their income. Basically just the range of how much you need to make for how much you're being taxed, got a lot bigger. And that's pretty much what we have today. And even back then, FDR was like, hey, the rich people really aren't paying their total fair share. They're banking it in off of society, and they're not really being asked to pay it back to society the same way. He brought that to Congress, and they did the very rational thing and immediately bailed out the corporations. They made the option for you to classify your business excess profits in a couple different ways. So rather than just being taxed on your money, you could hire a money guy to find whichever path would mean that you pay the least amount of taxes, which is an American tradition that's continued to this day. And from there, stuff just got a lot worse. More people are doing taxes to get enough money to convince Hitler to kill himself, and they really don't know what they're doing. There's a new tax code every year. There's new rules built in every year. They're usually benefiting the businesses because that's just how shit went and is going, by the way. And what are you going to do about it? You don't have the knowledge, aka money, to figure all of this out. You should probably just pay your taxes. Enter the Green Goblin. H&R Block was started in 1955 by Richard and Henry Block. No, that's not a joke. And it was basically just a riff on other money services at the time. These guys were familiar with that world, and they built a company, dedicated just to taxes, so that anybody, you don't need an expensive money guy. You can go to these people and get that tax service done relatively cheap, which is normal and good. They saw a need, they filled it with a valuable product. Why are they so dumb and stinky now?
It's simple, quick, software is good, kind of leads you all the way through it. It's free.
Direct File was an option to pay your taxes for free directly with the federal government. Direct File. You basically just pay your taxes like a normal fucking person from any other country, and you move on. It lasted exactly one tax cycle. What the hell happened? It could be that it just wasn't well adopted. It was expensive to run. It could be that Trump just fucking hated it because why wouldn't he? Or it could be the $90 million that tax prep companies like H&R Block spent to make sure that it dies. And I mean, I'm sure all of those factors are somewhat true, but it's also just the one, right? It's just the tax prep services that have spent so much fucking money to be the only option advertised, the only thing that you see, and I mean, they're basically free as well. And, the Republicans didn't like it because, of course, they don't like it. They're getting paid most people's yearly salary just to not like it.
The free program was created under the Biden administration to make tax filing easier, but it's faced pushback from Republicans who call it a waste of taxpayer money.
Of course it's costly to do free taxes. Just look at all these donations I'm getting. Of course the private sector is so much better. Look at all this private fucking money. Look, offering tax preparation services is not a bad idea. So many financial advisors and CPAs do it every single year. And having big companies that are more focused on, people that don't have a money guy, that makes sense, right? It fits. The free market is supposed to work where you offer a service, and if it's good, people will buy it, and if it's no longer good, people will stop buying it. That's not happening. That's not happening. Today, doing your taxes is relatively easy. There's no Fed man going door to door with a ledger. You don't have to mail anything in. It's really simple now. These tax preparation services kind of have become irrelevant, just like VCR or Justin Timberlake. So instead of making a better product, or instead of adapting to fit the market, they're lying. In 2022, Intuit settled with 30 states for $141 million over allegations it had unfairly charged low-income taxpayers by making them pay for free tax filing software. It's not innovation. It's a meaningless product, and it's continuing to make money because they're putting money behind it to come on all these stupid AI ads and say, well, it could be free. Because it is fucking free. This TurboTax ad is turbo dumb. What it's doing is creating artificial scarcity. It's pretending that they have something that you can get by coming to them, even though you could get it, just on your own. I really like how Susan Rosenthal, my president, says it. The myth of scarcity is used to justify the growing gap between the possibility of a world of plenty for all and what exists. We're in the modern age. The technology to do your taxes for free is here, but it's extremely hard to find. It's very unintuitive, and it's pretty socially discouraged too, because this is a task that you could go to jail for. You really don't want to do it wrong, or you don't want to give all this sensitive information to someone. It's better to just go with what you know, despite the fact that you only know them because they spend so much money in advertising. And when a safe, regulated, free federal option comes to life, Intuit and Mr. Dick Block just fucking kill it. They just kill it. They spend so much money to make sure that the politicians that should be for you kill it. When something comes up that's a better option, they're not adapting, they're not evolving, they're just lying to you and throwing a bunch of money at a tangerine to make sure things stay the way they are. Editing Austin here. One thing I didn't know until I finished doing this video and just kept looking into things is that one of the big reasons that Direct File got killed is because the representatives pocketing a bunch of H&R Block money said that, well, free filing already exists. There's already companies that offer that. So why would we spend money on a federal option? What they left out is that almost all of those companies are extremely shady, because why would they offer that for free? The second is that Intuit and H&R Block, the people with 90% of this market, aren't a part of that alliance. They don't recognize the whole free tax thing. So these ads, this is just my pure opinion, are window dressing. They killed federal direct file. They killed the option to file your taxes free with the people that collect taxes, which is already dumb. But what they can't do is kill other companies, no matter how small they are, that are allowing you to file for free because they want you to come in the door. They're going to try to sell you like audit insurance or whatever. They can't kill them. So what are they going to do? They're going to pretend that they can play this game as well. Well, we have some free stuff over here as well, even though when you see these ads, you have to realize the only reason they're saying it could be free is because they took away the option for it to be free. And I just thought that was interesting, and I wanted to add it. For 20 years, Intuit has waged a sophisticated, sometimes covert war against any government-run free filing system, according to ProPublica. That war continues today. I can't stress enough that this started as a good thing, just letting you do your taxes easier. Even if TurboTax existed, H&R Block existed, fuck you, Even if these services existed, but they were just a way for you to, pay a little bit more money, but have it taken off your plate. Sure, though the problem is that the free option is being lobbied against. Rather than just a good service that exists, they're making sure that they're the only service that exists. The people that are here to protect you are in love with corporations, and we've reached a point where capital and revenue is so closely tied into the late stage of capitalism that we're in. Everything has to gain revenue. Everything has to be profitable. The line between a business and governance is just completely blurred. Something as easy as getting enough money to bomb the Middle East is now a marketplace. When you're in this late stage of capitalism, it becomes something that has to reinvent itself. Yes, we made money last quarter, but now it's this quarter. We need to make more. To do that, everything needs a profit margin. To do that, we have to make sure we don't upset the millionaires because they're so sexy and so cool. Please don't leave us millionaires. So the answer's simple. Why are taxes like that? Because the people with the money said so. 2%, by the way, a bill for a 2% tax on people making over $50 million, and the Republicans won't go for it. So think about that during midterms. Okay, bye, I love you.